How do you know if you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease or both? And what is the difference between these conditions? What is causing them and how to fix them? Now, why should you listen to me? Because I was told by my GI doctor that I could not fix my Crohn's disease and that I would be stuck on drugs for the rest of my life. Guess what? I fired him, I found out the root cause, and now I'm better. Here's pictures to prove it, and here's some more pictures of people that I've helped fix their UC and Crohn's. And some people had both. It's so easy to fix once you know the root cause of the problem. So right here I have in my hands is a book by Dr. Crohns. He was the discoverer of Crohn's disease. And guess what? He did not want to call it Crohn's disease. He wanted to call it regional ileitis. Now, ilium. This is ilium with itis slapped on top of it. The ilium is the last part of the small intestine highlighted in green here. They had just gotten x-rays in the 1930s, and he discovered that people with digestive issues, some of them, had inflammation in their ilium. Ulcerative colitis is inflammation in the colon. And so colitis is inflammation in the colon. Ulcerative colitis is that there's bleeding ulcers in the colon. Now, this part is called the duodenum. So this would have been duodenitis if someone had inflammation in that part of the intestines. And so we rarely see that. Now, where the confusion comes in is Crohn's disease has a definition of inflammation anywhere from mouth to butthole. But this is super confusing because that could literally mean like if someone gets punched in the mouth and then kicked in the butt, they could get diagnosed with Crohn's disease, but that never happens, does it? So someone normally gets diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I'm saying normally because who knows what's going through GI doctors' heads? It's so tiny, nothing can get through there. It's usually when they confirm that there's inflammation in the last part of the small intestine, which is its original definition. So usually when you go to the doctor with digestive issues, the first thing they're going to do is insert a camera up your butt. This is called a colonoscopy. And so a colonoscopy can confirm colitis, okay? So it can confirm colitis. And sometimes they can get it up there far enough where the camera can get to about here and look around and see how inflamed it is. So then they can speculate if you have Crohn's disease. And I hate this term. It should be regional ileitis. It should be ileitis. Then what they do is they act confused so they can run more blood tests and run up your medical bill some more. But they will eventually, and this is what they should do anyway, is do an MRI, because an MRI is the only thing that can see this part of the body. So they do the MRI and they see if they can confirm inflammation in the small intestine. In a perfect world, if GI doctors had brains, they would do a capsule endoscopy, which would confirm inflammation in the stomach, and then it would go into the small intestine. You could see in one procedure where exactly inflammation is in the digestive tract. So all of these fancy, scary words, what they're supposed to communicate is where inflammation is in the digestive system. If it's in the colon, we call it colitis. If it's in the small intestine, we call it Crohn's. If it's in the small intestine and the large intestine, then we call it Crohn's colitis. It's literally that simple, and all we need to do is just get an image of the small intestine and the colon. The best way to do that is with the capsule endoscopy, but it's very hard to get your GI doctor to sign off and do that. I don't know why. The next best way is to do an MRI and a colonoscopy. So if you want to learn how I got better, I did it with my 13-day protocol. And there's a link in the description where I have an hour-long video where I show you everything that I did to get better. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll make a video about it.